Hey everyone, I'm Sean. I'm the head of community here at Entra, and in this video, we're going to be covering all things communities, how to create them, set them up, manage them, as well as how to search and filter for communities to join on the platform. So as you can see, we're already on the communities tab, and over on the left, you're going to have all of your different filters, as well as a keyword search. But discoverability is a huge focal point for public Entra communities, and in this video, we are going to be coming back to this page so I can show you guys how to take full advantage of this discoverability as a community builder on the platform. So we'll go ahead and kick things off by diving into how to create a community and of course how to take advantage of a lot of these extra tools. So all you have to do is click the create button and open up the community. Now the flow is super smooth, super simple. As you can see, you can upload a logo or graphic for your community, the name of your community, and a brief description of your community. And then you'll also be able to select the visibility type, as well as add topics. Now, in regards to these first three options, the name of your community, the description, and the logo for your community, these are probably the most important for public communities because these are actually going to show up on the landing page for your community. So when you invite people into your community, it's going to be the first thing that they see. And it's definitely important to make sure that the name, the description, and the graphic are appropriate and kind of accurately describe your community so people know what they're joining before they actually enter the community. And then, of course, in regards to the visibility, if you're looking to actually grow and build a community, you're definitely going to want to select a public community type, but you can also have private communities, which are going to be great for collaborating, working on projects, as well as team communications. Our team does have a private community on here as well for team communications. So it definitely works both ways in that aspect. And then in regards to the add topics part, it is required no matter whether you have a private or a public community, it is required to have at least one topic. But for public communities, I would definitely suggest choosing up to the 3 topics, which is the max. And from there, the reason this is important is because on the communities tab where people are actually able to search and filter for communities, it's going to help your community kind of rank higher in that sense, because through all of these topics, people are going to be able to click on them to filter through communities. So the more topics you have, the higher you're going to rank, the easier it's going to be for people to find your community. And same thing goes with the keyword search. The name of your community is going to be pretty important to accurately describe your community, because if people are looking for entrepreneurship communities or Web3 communities or networking communities, they can type in those types of keywords to actually be able to find communities as well. So definitely make sure that you have a name, a description, as well as the topics that accurately and appropriately describe your community. And we're also working on actually adding a geotag to communities, which will also help people search for communities based on location. So if you're traveling to a new city or you're looking for communities or events happening within your city, that's definitely going to help. So stay tuned for that. We're super excited to be rolling that out soon. But from here, we'll go ahead and actually jump into the inbox tab. And within the inbox tab, you're actually going to land first on your personal inbox. This is where all of your direct messages and your group messages are going to exist. But beneath that, over here on the left, is going to be all of your communities that you're either a part of or that you've created. And from here, you'll be able to reorganize them and drag and drop them however you like, but you're also going to be able to jump into them. But once you click on a community, it's going to go ahead and open it up, and you're going to be directed to the welcome channel. And we're actually going to take a quick little detour so I can show you guys what it's like when you first open up your own community that you just created. Now, when you first create or join a community, as you can see, it's going to be listed up in the top left, above all of the other communities as the most recent. And from there, you can go ahead and click on it. And we're going to go ahead and show you what it looks like when you first load into your community if you just created it. And as you can see, all of the channels are obviously empty. It'll direct you to the welcome channel as well. From here, you're obviously going to want to add a nice welcome message. And there's also going to be a private admin channel. So if you had any other admins, you can add them to this, and a public general channel. These channels are created by default, as well as the events, posts, and the admin, which is only accessible to pros. Now we're going to go ahead and dive into all of those specifics, what the channels are, how to create new ones, etc. So from here, we're going to go ahead and start covering how to navigate through communities, how to set them up, as well as how to manage them. Now, as you can see, the communities do have a similar feel to a Slack or even a Discord. So if you're familiar with those platforms, you're definitely going to have an easy time adjusting to Entre communities. But there are some cool features that come with it, unlike the other platforms. And one of the main things is actually the network ability within communities. So as you can see, all of the members and admins within a community are going to show up in the list over here on the right. And the cool thing about this is you're actually able to click the three dots and check out people's profiles, as well as follow them and message them. And of course, as an admin, you'll have the option to kick users from your community. But we'll go ahead and jump into somebody's profile to give you guys a better understanding of the actual network ability that comes with Entre communities. So once you jump into somebody's profile, you're actually going to be able to check out their bio, see what kind of roles they have, what their interests are, what they're looking for, as well as shoot them a message, drop them a follow. And the cool thing is you can also check out their content as well as the other communities that they're a part of. So it's definitely a cool overlap in that regards to actually being able to network with the people inside of your community, on top of being able to message them and actually collaborate with them. So from here, we're going to kind of dive into actually navigating the community, the messages, all that fun stuff. So over on the left is going to be all of your channels. And we'll start with the regular channels, which are the message or text-based channels. And all of those are going to be under the channels category. And as you can see, you have the ability to upload different file types. People are going to be able to drop reactions on messages. And you also have the ability to reply to messages. And of course, if you click the three dots, you're also going to have the ability to delete messages if you're an admin. And if it's your own message, you'll actually have the ability to edit the message as well. And from here, as you can see, you can also drop links and other types of resources within your messages, as well as mention other users inside of the community. And the cool thing is, as an admin, you also have the ability to use the @channel function, which is basically going to mention everybody inside of that channel. Or if it's a public channel, it will mention everybody inside of that community. So they'll actually get a notification for that message or those messages that you use that function for. And in regards to notifications within communities, you actually have total control over your notifications, not just within the community, but within each channel inside of every community you're a part of, whether you're a member or an admin. So it's really cool. All you have to do inside of each channel, you're going to have the three dots up in the top right. And within the channel notifications button, you're able to click that and actually select the different types of notifications you'd like to receive for that channel. So if there's some channels that you're super involved in, by default, it's going to be set to mentions, but you can change that to receive notifications for all new messages inside of that channel, as well as if there's some channels you're not super involved in, you can obviously select no notifications. So even if somebody does mention you in that channel, you're not going to receive a notification for it. And then all you have to do is save changes and you're good to go. Now, from here, we'll go ahead and dive into actually setting up channels. Now, only admins are actually able to create channels. And in order to do so, all you have to do is click the plus button next to channels. And from here, you're able to add a name for your channel, as well as select the channel type. So there's 3 different types of channels that you can choose from. Right now, you have the ability to select public channels, which are just your general channels. Everybody's going to be able to post and view inside of those channels. And then private channels are going to be only for people that you invite. And only those people that are invited into it are going to be able to post and view inside of it. And if people aren't actually invited to a private channel, they're not going to see that private channel in the list of channels over on the left at all. And then the last option is actually the announcements channel. And these are going to be super useful for obviously announcements, as well as sharing updates and any types of things in regards to events, all that fun stuff. And these are only where admins can post in them, but everybody is able to view them only. So as you can see, the welcome channels, which is actually created by default, is going to be a great, idea to understand what announcement channels are used for, as well as obviously an announcement channels to share updates and announcements. But from here, you also have 2 other special types of channels, which is going to be the events and posts. So they are pretty much exactly what their names are. The post channel is where you can actually create posts within the community. And the cool thing is about creating posts within a community, you can also simultaneously have those posts go out into the public home feed. And on top of that, same idea with events. if you create a public event within a community, it will also show up in the events feed. Of course, you're going to have private posts and events where only the community is able to see them or join them. And the really fascinating part about the posts and events feature is that when you create a post or an event within a community, all of your community members are actually going to get a notification for the post or event that you created. So it kind of 10x's engagement, which is super nice. And on top of that, in regards to public posts and events, all of these will also have the badge of your community displayed on them. So whether it's in the events feed or a post in the home feed, people will actually be able to see which community the post or event is attached to. And by clicking on the badge, they'll also be able to get redirected to the community where they'll be able to either join the community or open the community if they're already a part of it, which is super cool. Now, the last but probably the most important parts of managing a community is going to be the invite and the drop-down menu up here in the top left. There's a few different options in regards to inviting new members into your community. Of course, with private communities, only the admins will be able to invite new members into the community, but public communities, everybody will have access to invite new members into the community. And you either can click on this button where you're able to invite new members, as well as the plus option up in the top right. And you will also have an option in the drop-down menu. But other than that, once you click on the invite button, you'll either be able to click on this button here where you can copy the invite link to your clipboard and share it out directly that way. Or if users are already on a platform and you want to invite them, you can search their name, their username, or of course, if you want to send the invite directly to somebody's email, you can actually type in their email and send it to them via email directly as well. And then in regards to the drop-down menu, everybody in the community is going to have access to the invite, as well as the ability to mute the community and also go to the about page for the community where they're able to see the description, the logo, and share the community. And then, of course, everybody in the community as an admin or member is going to be able to leave a community except for the creator of the community. I'll go ahead and jump into my test community. And within this, you're actually going to be able to edit the community rather than leave. So of course, it's going to take you back to the create page where you can edit the community name, the logo, the description, the visibility type, as well as the topics for the community. And you're also going to have one more option as the creator of the community, which only comes with the pro membership. But this is actually a new feature we just rolled out and is super cool. This is actually going to allow users in your community to subscribe to your community. And as the creator of the community with a pro membership, you're actually going to be able to build out an email list within your community when people subscribe. So this will really help you grow, especially if you're looking to share updates about events or a product or whatever it may be, a newsletter, etc. But yeah, that's pretty much everything in regards to communities. I hope this was helpful. Of course, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me.